How about is it worth talking about this footage that this Minifan took?
Yeah, I think it is. We'll post that later. Yeah.
Okay, so it's so. Did you see this, Mike, or no?
I haven't seen the video yet. I know it exists.
It's unbelievable. So where in Boston is it?
So it's at the intersection of Mass Ave and Melnia Cass Boulevard.
Yes. Okay.
You if you drove by it, you'd see it. I mean, it's strewn with litter and garbage.
Why haven't I read
this?
Why haven't I seen this in the newspaper on the news?
Well, I think that there's certainly a political interest in not reporting on this site.
Thank you.
I also think that there's a danger for reporters to actually go out there. This is a very brave Minifan.
Some would say insane.
Who, in the middle of coronavirus, decided to go on 2 consecutive days explore a bomb camp.
We're gonna put the footage out. I'm gonna look at the first one here while I talk about it.
Yeah. So the audio is not great.
Yeah, I wouldn't play. I mean,
the footage is very interesting. Yeah. There's no audio to play, but the footage is very interesting.
Let me see here. So what is going on? So I just put on the first day we're coordinating with this.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is this?
So there's a fenced in area right off of the intersection there, and the city has set up comfort stations.
Right.
So the idea is that they want to provide food and water
for whom?
For people experiencing homelessness.
Right. So you have a bunch of homeless people.
People experiencing homelessness.
People experiencing homelessness.
That's the woke way to describe.
Right. Correct. Yeah, they're not homeless. I don't mean to cast that on them.
That's a fun way to say it.
They're bums.
Oboes.
So they are the ones I'm looking at right now. Some of their masks are off. I'm looking at people right here. I don't want to say they're injecting anything. Is that too much to say or no?
It kind of looks like they're
like some injection. Like I would say,
it does look like you're seeing heroin preparation.
I would say
open.
yes. I would say if you say social distancing is 6 inches apart, I would say most people are violating that.
Okay, interesting.
They're lying around. They're all on top of each other, and they're caged in effectively, right?
Yes. I mean, there's no like padlock on the door, but it's certainly a fenced off area, and there are tents set up. It's clearly supposed to be, it looks like the runner's camp at the end of a marathon, except for this is the end of doing a bunch of heroin.
True. I've done that. I've been in those camps before. They're not pleasant.
Heroin?
Well, fentanyl.
Right. And listen, I am sympathetic to somebody's addiction, no question. But what are we doing here? Like, are we taking this thing seriously or not? And, do you think there's a chance, and I'm just speculating here, it could be reckless, that these people may get a little itch for something else and then may wander outside that world to find it, then come back in.
Well, I don't think that the idea is they're supposed to remain there.
No,
I think this is just supposed to say, like, we don't want people experiencing homelessness to be starving or dying of thirst.
Okay.
We want them to have maybe access to medical care or something.
Sure.
But what we've done is created de facto bum camps because they're saying, well, we're gonna turn a blind eye to drug use.
Right. Well, let's say that these people have legitimate illness and addiction, which I think is the case, right? And mental, of course, and depression. And I have great sympathy for that. I actually feel bad for these people. It's disgusting what they're doing to these people. Why don't you get a couple of people in charge of making sure these people social distance and stay away from each other? Is that difficult to enforce?
Don't we have isn't the Boston Convention Center, what do they call it? Boston Hope? Isn't it just empty now and still filled with medical? They were worried about the overflow of all the people dying of coronavirus, which of course hasn't happened. Don't you think some of those people could be signed up for treatment there?
Now I'm going back to the second video here with what Steve calls meth mile. I will not participate.
Methadone mile. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Well, I find that to
It's
be
been called methadone mile for a long time.
It's not appropriate. I would like a more appropriate name for it, please. Right. Recovery Row.
Fentanyl Fun Zone?
Yes. No.
I like both
no. Recovery Row. Here they are again, and I have to say, I mean, like this, I say this about Turtle Boy, why is this Minifan the best journalist in Boston right now?
Right.
I mean, seriously, if you saw this, Mike, if you had the ability to see this,
right.
you wouldn't believe what I'm looking at right here. It's insane.
Is it supposed to be like what Curtatone wanted to do with like the injection sites? Or is it
no, I think those are supposed to be more like medical.
Yeah, and that was pre-coronavirus.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, you're supposed to go in a hospital and like a phlebotomist is going to shoot you up with drugs.
And these are people just wandering around that are a foot away from each other. And you got Marty Walsh, this fucking asshole, lecturing people, telling businesses not to open. Do this, do that, wear this, don't wear that. How dare you say this? Fucking reading books while this is going on. I believe this is under his auspices. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
In the city of Boston?
Yes, there are city of Boston employees have complained to Turtle Boy that this is basically being allowed. They're kind of turning a blind eye to this, thinking
why?
We're going to fight broader coronavirus concerns.
What's broader than this?
I don't know. 5 people were shot last night in Dorchester.
I saw that. Okay, but I'm saying, let's say that, one of these guys has it and goes out and spreads it. That seems not implausible to me. This place is fucking dirty. And again, People want to turn this up. I'm not criticizing these people. These people are ill. They are drugged. They have addiction, some of them. They have depression. They have, they're not homeless. What are they?
They're experiencing homelessness.
They're experiencing homelessness, right. And I mean, this is fucking reprehensible. And this is all because of Martin J. Walsh, union thug shithead, who is allowing this to happen. I mean,
it doesn't seem like the best public policy to help these people or anyone else.
So when people hear us, we're going to hear this part, when this last minute or two while they're looking at this video.
Yes.
And we're going to make it clear, this is going on in the city of Boston right now.
Yes, right now.
Where they are, and again, normally I'd say whatever, like, fine, it's crazy, but whatever. This is going on while the guy who's in charge of the city is lecturing people to do things, to stay away from each other, to not go in restaurants. This is, by the way, is this in the state of Massachusetts or no?
Yes.
Okay. The governor's Charlie Baker?
Yes.
Okay. And he's telling us what to open and not open and how to act. And the lieutenant governor is telling us that. And, making it while this is going going on.
Yeah.
While this is going
incredible.
on.
I was in a barber shop and they're not allowed to line up your beards because it gets too close to your face.
I could tell.
But they fucking...
Polito is partying at her estate while this is happening.
She stopped by to say hello.
Marty Walsh is reading bedtime stories.
Did they stop by to say hello here or no?
No.
Because this is way more serious than that. I mean, this should be cracked down. I'm not saying throw anybody. Listen, do what you got to do. I'm open to it. I understand. I respect illness and depression. I got it. But you got to do something. Because if you're really serious about stopping this, that is that is fucking ground zero of that. No?
Well, I think the heroin epidemic has taken backseat to coronavirus. But last year, I know we're at 100,000 fatalities so far from coronavirus, but the heroin epidemic is still very serious. It's like 75,000 people.
So I'm looking at, and Mike, you'll see it after. I'm looking at literally people.
It's a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah, I can't even describe it. So there's
people who are leaning.
There's people running around, they're high-fiving, they have their shirts off. There's a group right there of 20 people all sitting around, huddling around. There's people doing all kinds of shit.
There's like a communal hose / shower.
Yeah.
You said before, is it that difficult to keep them socially distanced? The answer is actually yes, in the sense that no one wants to do that job.
If you know how dirty,
so the government is just saying, well, fuck it.
Right. Let's pretend this, but that's, and they're sitting there, but they're lecturing us. This is going, as we're speaking right now, this is happening.
Yes.
And I'm guessing, do you think those people stay in there all day?
No,
of course not.
They wander around, but for the most part, it's a place to exchange and do drugs.
Yeah, and also exchange coronavirus, right?
Just a place to flop.
Some of them did say that they'd been tested, and others said that they'd elected not to be tested.
Oh, well, great. But I'm going to guess the people struggling with homelessness percentage of coronavirus is higher than the people who are not.
Oh, it is.
That's sad. Yeah. That's sad. That sucks. But I'm just saying, this is the other problem with politics today is they don't want to deal with reality. This video should be on fucking Sean Hannity. It should be on Rachel. It should be. I don't know, but
send it to our friend Tucker.
We'll send it to our friend Tucker because this is this is going on right now.
Yeah.
When you see it, when you guys see it, and you can we'll tweet it out we'll tweet it out whenever part of the what the fuck I'm saying.
Yes.
But people are gonna. I hope people are horrified, and Steve doesn't care about the people there. He's not humane like I am. I actually feel bad for these fucking people.
Yeah, Steve just
don't you or no?
I do feel bad for him. I share the sentiments that you said, but I also think that this is part of liberalism's brutalism. They set out to do something good. They're saying we're going to take care of these people because we're good little
bleeding heart
liberals.
Syndrome for sure.
We're gonna give them a hose and a cooler full of bottled water and some food, and we're good. We're taking care of them. And then the perverse consequence, the unintended consequence of what they've done is they've created just a huge disease vector.
And it's also
it's bad. What's the fatality rate of somebody who goes through this bum camp?
Forget it.
Looking for somebody who is not using drugs is just like, I really need water. I really need food. I'm going to go to this comfort center.
But it's also in the same liberal thread, but it's also a media fault.
Oh, yeah, completely.
This is the media's responsibility. Like the Globe, I could hand this to somebody at the Globe today, cold, with video, tell a story, talk to people there, report it. They would not write it. Or they would write it more like Barstool host shames people struggling with homelessness.
Yeah.
It's a Trumpian thing in a way, in that they'll never admit they were wrong. They wanted to do this at the good of their hearts, and they want to say, look how good we were. Look how nice we were.
But it's almost more like, Steve, it's almost more like, let's pretend these little people with their little diseases don't exist. We'll stuff them in a box, literally, and it'll go away. It's just the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. I can't believe I forgot it for the first hour or so today. But
it's sinister.
It is.
What
it's
it
cruel.
It's just
cruel.
pure. It's pure fucking evil from the very people who pretend to care about them the most.
Yeah, no, that's right. And they don't. But they also think that this is their winning formula. You know? And you think these people, I don't know. It's crazy. This video is fucking madness. When you watch it, if you don't lose your mind on this one, we haven't seen it anywhere yet, right?
Well, I mean, we haven't shared it.
But I mean, just in general, no one
has covered I mean, honestly, it's sitting there right in the city of Boston. Everyone can see it. Everyone who drives by know what's happening. It's this big open secret. The reason everyone calls it methadone miles, because this place has been a hangout for people experiencing homelessness for a long time.
And the reason I know this guy's not, fucking fooling us is, I mean, you have some people actually wearing masks. Right. You didn't do this from like a year ago or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people tell me it's going on.
There are some people wearing masks. That does not include the Minifan who walked through.
He wasn't wearing a mask?
I don't believe so.
That's brave.
Jesus.
Well, Steve said that. What did you text me yesterday about? You said I forget. But I said, listen, if you're not willing to die for the show, then you're not. I mean, you might as well not listen.
I said he must be a kind of a lunatic if he's walking through. What he's openly describing, he's like, there are diseases and drugs everywhere. Oh, look at the broken needles down on the ground. It's like, well, he's the right kind of crazy.
There you go.